What's up, y'all? Welcome back to ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. And tonight, y'all, I'm here to recap the Tennessee Titans Week 1 loss to the Chicago Bears 24-17. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into it. But, y'all, before I start, today is 9/11. I would like to have a moment of silence, please. Okay, thank y'all. Let's get into this recap, y'all. All right, so it was a tale of two halves because, y'all, in the first half, my Tennessee Titans, man, we came out, we were playing extremely well offensively, y'all. We had 179 total yards of offense. We scored 17 points, and we had 0 turnovers. And I was really impressed by what I was seeing from our offense, y'all. The offensive line was blocking extremely well. Will Levis was making good decisions, man. Tony Pollard looked super explosive. And then, y'all, the second half came around and we looked like, a totally different team, y'all. We only had 65 total yards of offense. We had 0 points, y'all, and we had 3 turnovers. Wow. How in the world does something like this happen, y'all? How in the first half you score 17 points, right? You're moving the ball, you're getting first downs, you didn't turn the ball over. And then in the second half, it's like you totally forget how to play football. Well, y'all, I will tell y'all why this happened. And big part of the reason it happened in the second half, y'all, is because our quarterback, Will Levis, he was not particularly good in the second half, y'all. For the total game, he was 19 of 32, had 127 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, y'all, a 52.5 passer rating. And for this game, I gave him a grade of D, y'all. Now, I could not give him an F because he did have a nice touchdown pass to Chikakonkwo. And I know a lot of people want to give him an F, but y'all, we gotta give him credit though, because he had that nice throw to Chick for that touchdown, and he also made several other nice throws. Like one in particular, y'all, was on the 3rd down and 12, and he threw a nice little 15-yard pass to Cal really for a first down. So he wasn't totally bad, for the entire game, y'all. But in the second half, he made some really horrible decisions. Obviously, the decision that he made, y'all, to throw that football when he was getting pressured, instead of throwing it away, he actually threw it up in the air, y'all. And then Tyreek Stevenson, he came down with it and pick sixed it. That really gave, the Chicago Bears a lot of momentum. That was a horrible decision. Like, you could not throw that ball up like that. You have to just throw it out of bounds, throw it away, or just take the sack, y'all. And I think Brian Callahan said he told Will, hey, like on that play, just take the sack, okay? Because yes, we would have had to punt the ball, but at least, y'all, we would have been punting the ball instead of turning it over to the Chicago Bears, right? Allowing them to just have a free touchdown, because their offense cannot do anything against our defense, y'all. The reason the Bears won this game is because our offense gave this game to the Chicago Bears, and because of that, it's extremely disappointing, y'all. But I think Will, again, he just had some really bad decisions in the second half, y'all. I noticed he was doing a lot of drifting in the pocket. Didn't really understand that. Instead of like stepping up in the pocket, he was drifting to his left or to his right. I want to see him just step up in the pocket and stay composed, y'all. I think he like had a lot of jitters in the pocket, which that was probably the biggest concern to me. I'm not concerned with his decision making as much as some of the people are, because I have seen, him make some good decisions, in the preseason, doing training camp. And then even going back to last year, there were some games where he made some good decisions. I'm really concerned about his pocket awareness, y'all, his pocket presence. Like, why was he drifting to his left or right instead of just stepping up into the pocket? Because, y'all, when he was doing that drifting, what was that causing? That was causing him to go into the pressure. And so I didn't like seeing it. I want to see Will just be composed in that pocket, right? Just calm down, man. Yes, his offensive line, y'all, did not block particularly well, especially in that second half. But, man, you still have to be calm, cool, and collected in the pocket. So that's really what I want to see from him moving forward, y'all. But other than that, again, he's still a young guy, y'all. He's a young quarterback. That was only his 10th start on Sunday, right? You talking about a guy, Kirk Cousins. Did y'all see the way Kirk Cousins looked on Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers? Man, Kirk Cousins looked awful. And this is the guy, y'all. Kirk Cousins been in the league since 2012. He looked horrible against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He looked horrible. Veteran quarterback looked really bad. And y'all, let's be honest, there were some other quarterbacks that really struggled too. Trevor Lawrence didn't look that great. Deshaun Watson did not look that great. Okay, so let's not make it seem like Will Levis was the only quarterback that struggled, right? There were, again, several other quarterbacks that also had their struggles during week one. So am I concerned? Absolutely not, y'all. It's one game. Again, he's still a young guy. He's going to get better. He has a great challenge this week going against a really good defense in the New York Jets, and let's see how he responds. You always want to see, y'all, how a guy responds after he's been hit with some adversity. Okay, Will, he had some adversity on Sunday against the Chicago Bears. How are you going to respond this week? Right? Can you leave it behind you? Can you move on and have a great game on Sunday? We shall see, y'all. Other notes from the offense, y'all. Tony Pollard, man. Tony Pollard looked phenomenal in his debut for us, man. He had 16 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. And, y'all, this is why we signed Tony Pollard. I know some people are still upset we didn't re-sign Derrick Henry, y'all, but the reason that we signed Tony Pollard is because he brings so much explosiveness and speed to this offense that we really, really need. And you saw it on Sunday, y'all. I mean, man, Tony Pollard looks like he has a jetpack on his back every time he runs because that man is just so shifty and fast with the football in his hands. So it was great to see, particularly in that first half, y'all. The offensive linemen, they were doing a great job of opening up lanes, opening up holes for him, and he was running right through them. He did have, 67 yards in the first half. Only had 15 in the second half, y'all. I think it was just because of our offensive line, y'all. I mean, our offensive line was really, really, really bad in that second half. J.C. Latham definitely looked like a rookie. Peter Skoronski definitely looked like a second-year player, right? And then Nicholas Petit-Frere, y'all, he looked like a guy that has not played a lot of football. Am I concerned about the offensive line? No. Again, it's like kind of similar with Will, y'all. We have a lot of young guys on that offensive line. A lot of young guys on that line, right? 3 out of our 5 starters, they're really young guys. So we have to kind of be patient, y'all. Okay? And yes, I know Sunday we absolutely should have won that game, but let's just be patient because these guys are going to get better as the season goes on. J.C. Latham, I think some people thought he was going to, just come out the gates running, y'all. I knew he was going to have some struggles because he was going against Montez Sweat. And then Darrell Taylor, y'all, he also got around J.C. Latham a couple of times, right? Because Darrell Taylor, he ended up finishing with 2 sacks on the game. But JC, again, like a rookie, Peter Skoronski, like a second-year player, y'all. I feel like they did a pretty solid job in run blocking. I think pass blocking the entire game was pretty iffy, y'all. Even in the first half when we were moving the ball, like the pass blocking still wasn't great. Run blocking in the first half was really good. In the second half, it was like okay. But pass blocking, y'all, for the entire game was just, I feel like it was pretty awful, honestly, because, again, even in the first half, we were moving the ball, getting first downs. Will, he was still, getting a lot of pressure in his face, and he was just, fortunately for us, in the first half, he was making good decisions. In the second half, he was not making good decisions, y'all. But I just think the offensive line as a whole, they're going to continue to get better. Bill Callahan, he's going to coach these guys up, y'all. Again, kind of similar to Will. They have a great challenge ahead of them going against the New York Jets, y'all. The New York Jets have Quentin Williams on that D-line and Javon Kinlaw and Jermaine Johnson. I mean, that is a really, really good defensive front that the New York Jets have to offer. So let's see how the offensive line responds, y'all. But I'm not, as concerned with the offensive line because I think, again, I understand they're young players and they still have, ways to go, y'all. But back to Tony Pollard again. He ran the ball extremely well. I didn't think he was going to have this many yards. I thought Tony Pollard was probably going to have maybe about, 55, 60 yards in his debut. But, 82 yards, y'all, especially in today's league. You got to think this is a passing NFL. And for a running back to, have that many yards, it's pretty impressive. So, kudos to Tony Pollard, y'all. Cannot wait to see what he does this coming up week against the New York Jets, y'all. And then, other notes, offensive, y'all. Chika Congo, he had 15 yards, had that nice touchdown pass. And then Calvin Ridley, y'all, had 3 receptions for 50 yards. But I feel like Calvin Ridley should have had, probably 100 and maybe 35 yards and 2 touchdowns, y'all, because there were 2 times he was wide open. First time, y'all, Will Levis, he underthrew Calvin Ridley. And the second time, he overthrew him, right? Now, that did really make me upset. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I did get pretty upset with Will when he did that because, right, those are plays you have to convert. Because Calvin Ridley, y'all, with his speed, he's going to get by a lot of DBs, right? So when he gets by them, when he has 5 yards behind them, y'all, he gets, 5 yards behind them, you got to be able to put that ball in on the money, y'all. And unfortunately, Will Levis was not able to do that. But it was encouraging, y'all, to see Calvin Ridley getting over. Because remember, when we signed him, a lot of people saying, why would the Titans sign Calvin Ridley to a 4-year, $92 million deal? Like, this dude is not worth that money. Yes, he is, y'all, because I'm telling you, this dude is one of the best route runners in the league. And when you combine that with his speed and athleticism, I mean, my goodness, Calvin Ridley absolutely burns DB. So I cannot wait to see what he does this week, y'all, against the New York Jets, going against like Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. And now, y'all, let's turn to the defense, man. And I want to give a round of applause to this defense. Y'all, this defense looked like one of the best defenses in the NFL. And I felt like coming into this season, we were probably going to have like a top 10 to top 12 defense. Y'all, I really believe, and I know it's just one game, but I really believe we have a shot to have a top 3 defense in the NFL because you talk about, excuse me, all the weapons that the Chicago Bears have, y'all. I mean, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, Gerald Everett, Roshan Johnson. I mean, they got a lot of weapons over there in Chicago. And the fact that we did not give up a single touchdown, y'all. We only allowed 148, total yards to offense, y'all. And we forced them to go 2 of 13 on third down. That's phenomenal. I gave the defense, y'all, a grade of an A+. I mean, they earned it. I mean, Tavondre Sweat, y'all, gosh, he performed so well. There were, so many plays, y'all. He was blowing up things in the backfield. There was one play where he didn't get the sack, but his pressure led to, Sebastian Joseph Day getting the sack, y'all. I think Harold Landry, he looked really good. Harold Landry looked more explosive than I've ever seen. He also had a nice sack in the game. Big Jeff, y'all, we know Big Jeff Simmons. I mean, he's one of the most dominant defensive linemen in the entire NFL. L'Jarius Sneed looked every bit of the lockdown corner that we thought he would be, y'all. Jarvis Bradley Jr., who's our rookie cornerback, man, he had a really impressive tackle for loss, and he also had some good coverage on the play when he was going up against DeAndre Carter, and Caleb Williams tried to hit him deep, y'all. But I mean, Jarvis Bradley Jr., he was step for step with DeAndre Carter, so that was nice to see. I mean, the defense as a whole just, again, played lights out, y'all. This is very encouraging because a lot of people had questions about how this defense was going to play, especially when you consider that a lot of our, big name stars did not really play a lot or did not play at all, during the preseason or during training camp, like L'Jarius Sneed, Chidobe Awuzie, Jeff Simmons. He had some times where he didn't practice or he didn't, play at all during the preseason. But y'all, you saw, I mean, this defense just has so much talent. I think Ernest Jones, y'all, who we just traded for a couple weeks ago, he came in and looked very, very well. I mean, he looked like a guy that knew the entire playbook, which I was kind of interested to see how Ernest Jones was going to play, considering, again, we just traded him a couple of weeks ago, but he looked like he knew all the plays, y'all. He was communicating out there, making calls. Him and Kenneth Murray, I think, are going, by the end of the season, I think they're going to be seen as a top 10 linebacker during the NFL. I just love what we have with those two guys. Kenneth Murray, his explosiveness, y'all, and then Ernest Jones, like his savvy, his smartness that he brings onto the field. So love those two guys. I mean, again, y'all, the defense really, really encouraged me. And now you're talking about this week going up against the New York Jets, y'all. I mean, and I know the Jets were going against the 49ers, but their offense did not scare me, y'all. I mean, they didn't. I think Aaron Rodgers only threw for about 167 yards, y'all. I mean, that is like really low. Now, granted, again, they were going against the 49ers, but y'all, that's still not good. Okay, that's still not good. It was surprising because Aaron Rodgers, when he was in the game, I know they ended up bringing Tyrod in, but Aaron Rodgers, when he was in the game, he only threw the ball 21 times. So I know they were going to throw the ball maybe like 32 to 35 times, but they ran the ball more than I expected. Y'all, I think our defense can have some success against the New York Jets. So it's going to be interesting to see what they end up doing on Sunday against the Jets offense. But again, y'all, really, really, really pleased by what I saw from our defense, just locking everything up, making life very difficult for Caleb Williams and the Bears playmakers, y'all. So there was really one thing to take away from this game is that we look like we have an elite level defense, y'all. And as long as our offense can be decent, we're going to be a playoff team. Like, seriously. Now, don't let this offense become one of the best offenses in the NFL. Because, y'all, if that happens, then now we're talking about, okay, we have a chance to be one of the best teams in the NFL. Like, seriously. Seriously. Because look at the way this defense look, y'all. And I really think the defense, this performance can really carry on for the entire season. I know sometimes y'all, week one, when a team plays well or when a team doesn't play well, people are quick to overreact. But I think this is one of the things that could really carry y'all, because just look at the guys. Look at the guys that we have defensively. Look at the guy who's our defensive coordinator, Denard Wilson. I thought he called a heck of a game, y'all. I would give him probably an A for the game. I would give Brian Callahan, y'all, probably like a C. Like, I don't think Brian Callahan was horrible, making his debut as a head coach, but he definitely was not great. He made, I think, a number of head scratching calls in the second half. I mean, there were some plays that he was running that you could just tell by looking, we were not going to be able to get any positive yards out of, but yet we were running them. So I would give him a C again. I would give Denard Wilson probably like an A. Denard Wilson called a phenomenal game again. Brian Callahan, he was decent, but I expect both of them to get better. You got to think that was Denard Wilson's first game, being a defensive coordinator in the NFL, and that was Brian Callahan's first game being a head coach in the NFL. So both of them are only going to improve and get better, y'all. But overall, the sky's not falling, y'all. That's what I would say. That's exactly what I would say. The sky's not falling. We're going to be okay. I mean, we only lost by 7, y'all. And think about all the just horrible mistakes that we made, right? We had 3 turnovers, y'all. Our quarterback, Will Levis, he had 2 interceptions, including one that was just a total head scratcher. I don't know why he threw that. You're talking about our offensive line, y'all, did not block particularly well in pass protection. So, and we only lost by 7 points. So I think, y'all, again, this team is going to only improve. Some of these young guys are going to mature, and because of that, it's going to cause us to become a better team, y'all. And I think this Sunday against the New York Jets, we're going to really see what kind of football team we are, right? Because right now, you got a lot of the national media talking about us. They're talking about us, obviously, in a negative light. And so let's see. Our backs are against the wall, but we're at home. I think our crowd is going to be ready to go, y'all. And again, I'm just really interested to see, particularly the offense, how they're going to respond. How Will Levis, can he shake off a bad game? Can this offensive line, can they shake off a bad second half performance? And if they do that, y'all, again, I don't think there's any reason to worry about this team, y'all. Don't worry. Be happy. So there I have it, man. That was my week 1 Tennessee Titans recap. Recapping their game against the Chicago Bears, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all, I wanted to come on here on Monday, but I was having technical difficulties, so I'm sorry for that. But I'm glad I was able to come on here today and recap this game. And now, y'all, I'm done talking about this game. Y'all will not hear me mention this game again, because now I'm looking, forward to the New York Jets, and I'm seeing what we can do to defeat those boys on Sunday. But again, y'all, wanted to say thank everyone for their support, y'all. I hope you had a great day. Again, today was 9/11, a day we will never forget, y'all. I just hope everybody, celebrated in whatever way they chose to celebrate it on today. Remember, y'all, laughter is good medicine. So what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm gonna end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.